Today, we gave you yet one more reason to be on Android, which is we launched Google Maps for Mobile 6.0. And while Google Maps is also available on the iPhone, it actually lacks a lot of the features that we've been bringing out because Apple implements that client and we implement our own. But today, we introduced indoor maps. So actually, which I think is actually particularly great for women, especially if you're a shopper, because you can actually go inside malls and airports and IKEAs and Best Buys, and we can actually not only do we have the floor plans and you can map yourself around, it actually puts the little blue dot where you are in the store. So like for Best Buy, if you're like, wait, like how do I get to the DVDs or where are the vacuums? You can actually see yourself move through the store, moving over to the vacuum. So yeah. It's like sci-fi. My favorite story on that was that actually about a month ago, I sent my husband up to Burlingame to the Lego store to pick up a gift, and he had his father with him, and his father just thinks like smartphones are magic and likes to refer to them as bloop, 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 bloop. So he got to the mall, they had navigated themselves there using Google Maps, and they got inside the mall, and my father-in-law said bloop, 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 as in like to Zach, like take out your phone and navigate to the Lego store. And my husband was just like, Dad, Google Maps don't work inside. And I was like, in a month they will.
Yeah.
So.
And Marissa probably doesn't want me to say this because she can't talk about what's to come, but I was asking about, Disney World and Disneyland, and yeah, it would seem that there's a ton of opportunity there.
Well, one of my favorite Android apps was one of our earliest, just because one of the things I'm really passionate about, which I think is an extension of local and maps, is what I call contextual discovery. Can we take a person's context, where they've been, what they know already, and tell them interesting things about the world around them? And one of the really cool, very early apps on Android was something called LAR, meaning like a layer on the world, but also AR for augmented reality. And it's basically a browser for the world. So you can basically, you boot into it, and you hold it up, and it'll map like Wikipedia entries onto the world. So if you're just like, wait, like what's in that direction? It uses the gyroscope and the GPS in it and says, oh, 2 miles that way is Stanford University, founded, da-da-da-da, right? Like you can say like, oh, a mile that way is Apple, like 2 miles that way is Google, right? Like, so you can actually kind of browse the world around you. Because I think the really magical thing about the phone is that, when you think of a cursor, say in like a Word document, it's what helps you keep your place. The magical thing about the phone is it's your cursor in the physical world, but it's also your cursor in the cloud and on the web, right? So you can basically say, I'm here, tell me what you know from the web that's interesting around me right now. It's what helps you find, say yourself on Google Maps, but also reservations or interesting restaurant recommendations, your friends nearby, through things like Google Latitude. And so being able to have that cursor, both in the physical world as a connection, to the virtual world, I think is really powerful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.